Combustion.
Whoa, 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 whoa. They're running the game with my team making plays. Talking 80, my G's, wanting jewels in this place. Surrounded by dogs, keep the quarterback safe. I'm the one with the plans, they gon' do what I say. The game is not over, we don't celebrate in the end zone. We don't got no time in the wait. H-Town run down, we don't premeditate. We just go and get to it, we got them on skates. If the game go into overtime, kicking the overdrive, we gon' be first at the finish line. Play looking full, but I finish mine. Can I get second? We gon' line up like it's dinner time. We put in work till we get us a ring. Super Bowl season, we running the scene. H-Town the home of the realest that breathe. Keep your face down when you talk to the king.
Well. Look what we have here. That intro always gets me. Without any further ado, this is way long overdue. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Once again, this is Clayton. Welcome to another special edition of the H-Town Rundown podcast. I have a special guest with me, the man, the myth, the legend. He's always blessing, always stressing, Houston Texans aficionado, and just overall swell individual, a gentleman and a scholar, Mr. Garret, a.k.a. Texans commenter, a.k.a. Houston Stressans. Sir, Garret, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great, man. That was a very gracious introduction, and also that I've watched it before, but y'all's intro video, man, that's dope. It's got me hyped, man.
Oh yeah,
I appreciate
absolutely,
you guys having
absolutely.
me on as well too. It is long overdue, and I got a lot of respect for you and everyone else with the H-Town Rundown, and I want to commend you before we start on the work you've done and to keep encouraging you to do good work, man.
Sure. No, I appreciate it, man. I do. People don't understand. This has been a long time coming, man. Things have happened even today, but you know what? We're getting it done. And you know what? We're going to jump right into it. Garret, I'm sorry, Mr. Stressan. Listen, you've been waging, yeah. G, you've been waging a one-man war. I've been keeping up with it. Sir, let's get down to it. Did the officials really gift the Houston Texans that victory on Sunday? Yes or no, and why?
No, I mean, yeah, as you've seen, I'm sure it may be exhausting or annoying to some people or fans that follow me, but like, I just can't stand like every game the Texans win this year. It comes with caveats, either from our own fans or opposing fan bases. There's always some reason why to discredit the win, like the Ravens because it's their whole team's hurt. The Niners, their defense is hurt. Oh, you beat the Titans, they're a bad team. You beat the Jags, okay, they were good, but now they're a bad team again. It's just like it always has to come with something. So I mean it bothers me, obviously, but like not that bad. But like, I just feel like I need to like highlight and expose that. And so what I've done with the Colts fans is like, I mean, yeah, there was some questionable calls on their side, which I think most of them, which they're highlighting, aren't as questionable as they think. But even if you want to give them that, there's just as many, if not more, on the flip side. So, and that's kind of what I've been doing. And I'm kind of beating them at their own game by complaining or crying about the rest, even though I'm not really complaining or crying. I'm not one to do that. Like, yes, I think two things can be true. You can acknowledge calls, but then also say like, we lost the game. And last year against the Chiefs in the divisional round, terrible officiating, bad calls, some of it's bad rules, some of it's Mahomes. I did not say that's why we lost the game. I wasn't sitting there pouting like we got beat. Like despite all that, we still had a chance to win the game and we didn't do it. Meanwhile, Colts fans, like majority of them, and I'm hoping too that it is, the minority, the loud minority as opposed to the majority. I am starting to see in my most recent post more Colts fans like, nah, like you guys won fair and square. I'm like, okay, thank you. There are some sensible fans, but I think the biggest reason why they're all crying foul is because I was at the game in Indy, and when I'm sitting in the game, fans in the stadium are like, oh, my friend texted me this, my friend texted me that. I'm like, okay, so like they're watching the game and they're getting their analysis from the TV, but the commentator. So I rewatched the TV copy, and JJ Watt, love him to death, but like I really feel like JJ Watt is overcompensating to not become biased. And on that game, he was overly critical and like trying so hard to back up the Colts. That's my personal opinion and sense on it. But regardless, like in all these dialogues I'm having with Colts fans, everyone uses their argument, their rebuttal as, well, the commentator said that. I'm like, that doesn't mean anything to me. The commentators can be wrong and have been wrong plenty of times. So it's just funny to me that is like, that's the end of the argument. Like, no, that's not true. And so I think there's an element of JJ Watt doing that. And sometimes they just don't see it live and they don't just go back and rehash everything. But like they controlled the narrative, I mean, because you listen to them, you trust them, they're professionals. If they said it, it must be true. And there's no like chance to go back and recheck it. So no, they did not hand us the game. I mean, we had more penalties, but even if it was like that, like my whole philosophy on that in general is like that's just ridiculous. And the way I look at it is, it's another game where the Texans are being discredited, and that's why people are so surprised that the Texans are going on this run. Well, guess what? Because y'all been crapping on this whole time when you shouldn't have been. Like all their losses have been one-score games in the final minutes against playoff teams. But we want to act like every loss is the worst loss and every win's the worst win. So obviously, you can tell I feel some type of way about it.
Absolutely. Like there's a reason why I said waging a one-man war. He's been, sore just all day. Retweet this. But no, absolutely. Listen, I'll just chip in this. You already said it so eloquently. It's something about Clay Martin, his crew. And again, I'm not of the, but whenever you see that strong jawline of Clay Martin, it's going to be some issues, right? He's like the Scott Foster of the NFL. I'll just leave it right there. But yeah, I'm on your side. Listen. This is why you don't leave it up to the refs, right? Like, I don't want to hear that. If you're a competitor, if you're a professional, you settle it on the field, okay? And we're not going to get lost in the weeds. The better team arguably did not. I don't know. Whatever you want to articulate, whatever. I just know the Texans won, okay? Daniel Jones was a warrior. I'm going to give him that. But the Texans' number one defense showed up. The Texans clutched up on offense. You didn't. Okay, cool. Cry about it, right? We'll see you again in about 3 or 4 weeks, right? So speaking of 3 or 4 weeks, that's the second question. So we got the Chiefs obviously coming up, and we have the Chargers, and then we got the Colts again. Garrett, do you think that all things being considered, right, what is your confidence level in the Texans making the playoffs? With those 3 teams still on our schedule, do you think we're in prime position to get that done?
Oh, it's very high. I mean, to me, it's like, what seeding? Do we win the division? Like, are we a 2 seed? I mean, I know the Patriots keep winning, but I mean, there's a good chance that we could win out. I mean, the way I look at it, it is like a coach's mindset. It's one game at a time. You look at each game. I think we have a chance to win each game, and I've remained in this belief when we were 0-3, when we were 3-5. Like after the Broncos game, a lot of fans right before the trade deadline were freaking out. I get it. Trade this guy, trade that guy, be sellers. To me, it never made sense. You were 2 games under 500. Again, all 5 of your losses against playoff teams in the final seconds. And to me, the biggest issue, that a lot of us fall victim to is each year going into a season, you have a belief of what teams are and what they're going to be. And then halfway through, you want to declare who's who based off of that first half schedule. But then, it's always different, the strength of schedule before the year and after the year. And so now the picture's a little more clear, like, oh, maybe the Colts were overhyped. Maybe the Texans were over-criticized. And so that being said, the one thing I've always believed in is like this defense. Like this is even last year, it was a Super Bowl caliber defense. And this year it's even better. It's a historically great defense. I've been saying that even before the season has a potential to be a historically great defense. So with that belief, like you are in every game. We've seen it. Every game we lost was a play here, a play there, like a legit play in the final seconds. And so to me, like, you have a defense like that, you're going to be in every game. And they say defense wins championships. So as long as, and then like, if you want to boil it down to its simplest form too, like as far as the Houston Texans go, as long as DeMeco Ryans and CJ Stroud is here, I'm not stressing. Like we always got a shot.
No, absolutely. No, if I'm being honest, the way I worded it, if you can beat the Kansas City Chiefs, which is not really that big of an if, I'm looking at the rest of your schedule. You got the Cardinals. I think that's a dub. The Raiders. I think that's a dub. And I even think the Chargers. That's a dub. So for me, and even if you drop the one against Kansas City, you can still finish 11-6. I think 10 wins gets you in under these circumstances. I do. But yeah, I definitely say that. And then I guess, that's the perfect segue, right? So with that being said, right, heading into Sunday against Kansas City, we got to start there. Garrett, 3 keys for a Texans victory. What you got?
So I haven't dove too much into it, but a couple initial thoughts. Shout out Black Lion. I interact with him on X. I think he kind of joins you guys on the All 22 sometimes, but he kind of raised my attention to a good point that he made. But, it's going to be cold. Night game, 20 degrees. Typically, we haven't played well like that in these cold, hostile environments on the road. But you know what? Last year, I'm just thinking of this right now. Last year, twice, we went into Kansas City in cold weather games and had legit chances to win both of those. So one, those experiences will help us. But, one of the keys for me as far as that goes is, believe it or not, like, obviously we know about our defense. Our defense is a physical defense, probably the most physical unit out of any unit in the NFL. So, I mean, that's without question. But I feel like the offense, I know we all kind of laugh at Kaylee when he says, I want to be a physical outfit. Like, I think we are more physical than we think. And it may not be pretty, like, even in this Colts game, like, and I know it's frustrating, like, we're watching these runs early not work, and most people think we run the ball a ton. We actually throw the ball more than we run. Like, we're above average as far as our pass to run splits. But I still think we're a physical offense. And the big part of that has been the advent of adding Trent Brown. So now you're talking about on the offensive line, you got Trent Brown, who's a big, obviously a monster. Ariante Ursery's a big dude. Now you got Titus playing guard. That's another big guy. Ed Ingram, he's not massive, but he's been mauling. So, I mean, you have a pretty legit O-line who all year has been over-criticized in pass protection, but now is starting to be okay and run blocking. So I think that kind of suits us, and this suits up to be a typical Texans game, or the way we want it to be, as far as a defensive battle, field position, lean on your defense, offense, just wear them out late in the game, run the ball. So key to the game for me is sticking with the run and being physical there on defense. Again, having not really thought about it, to kind of just, draw on some ideas right now. Obviously, Mahomes, I mean, I would say, I was highlighting this and people kind of like roasted me for it, but, obviously, like, from the numbers standpoint, last week, Cowboys versus Chiefs, the obvious answer is you want the Cowboys to win to now put us above the Chiefs. But there's also the downside where now this is a team with a championship team for the first time since 2012 or something crazy, with a chance to miss the playoffs. Their season is legitimately on the line at home on prime time. Like, that matters. I know players and coaches will say, well, you don't play any less hard or more hard on circumstances. I mean, it's a subconscious thing. And then the more important part of that for me would be coaching. Like, coaches, you can pull out all the stops. I know you don't just hold stuff back, but I mean, I see Andy Reid. We've seen the crazy creative plays that he runs. I would say on offense, like, discipline and staying home will be massive for two reasons. Because of that factor where they can, pull out all the stops and run trick plays. So eye discipline, not falling for fakes and stuff like that. And that also obviously goes into account with Mahomes. Anytime you play him, he's notorious for escaping the pocket. So, which, you just do what you did against the Bills with Josh Allen. You had a great game plan there. So emulate that. So those would be my two keys off the top of my head.
All right, sounds good. I mean, look, I hate to be a broken record, but I'm going to echo. Number one, defense, play like it, right? Like we say in the NFL, 2 games travel well. A run game and a defense. You don't have the run game, but you definitely got the defense in spades. I think C.J. Stroud, just take care of the football. Don't get antsy, right? Stay patient. That's the one thing that can really hurt you, is if C.J. gets greedy or impatient, he's going to probably this offense does not need somebody to throw for 5 bills, 4 touchdowns. We don't. And then lastly, again, special teams, just don't give up the big play, right? Okay, Garrett, but look, to keep the theme up of quick strike here and keeping it small and short, tell the people where they can find you at. And, we'll close out from there.
Yeah, so obviously it's at Texans Commenter, or it's at Houston Stressans, which is STRESSANS. It's either on, I'm on everything: Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I have a website, houstonstressans.com, with the free newsletter and write articles. Haven't been doing as much as late, but I got videos and merch there as well. And my podcast is every Wednesday at 9, and it's available to re-listen to on Spotify and Apple as well.
Awesome. Hey, look at that. We're already done. We live in a short attention span world, so that's kind of why I just did this for fun. But Garrett, thank you so much for being here with me. It's long overdue, and hopefully we can do this again, and we can do it maybe on a Victory Monday or something.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. It's nice to finally make it happen, and enjoy the dialogue. And again, appreciate all the hard work you do, man.
No, likewise. All right, you guys. Well, hey, we're going to check out. We'll see you guys, I guess, after Sunday, and hopefully we'll be 8-5. Go Texans. Keep it blessing. Keep it stressing. Well, don't stress, but keep it blessed. There you go. Do that.
Yeah.